Welcome back to the channel. Please like, subscribe, share, and most importantly, these all can go to hell. The number one most important thing is thank you, Random, for your shout out and congratulations for reaching 10K subscribers. That was your goal you had been working on. Congratulations. Specific video I wanted to talk about opportunity. And the reason why I want to talk about opportunity is partially due to Random's shout out of my YouTube channel.
I can't forget these content creators. Shout out to now Arrow Talk, another person who apparently is now creating content, shouting me out. I appreciate you.
A few days, weeks, it was probably a few weeks ago, Random was on a live stream with Watts, Jew, and Logix, and I was just shoehorning my way in to basically get a whole bunch, to just get my stuff off, just to talk. I was just messing around. I basically watched one of Random's clips where he was talking about how the Green Ranger was just putting hands, feet, and elbows all on the Power Rangers, and Random said he hit him with a Kamehameha wave. And me being me, I wanted to troll Random a little bit by commenting and saying that wasn't a Kamehameha wave, that was a gravity gun from the anime Guyver. And then I put that into the live stream at the time, and it just. But yeah, Random gave me a tip talking about my microphone, my volume. I need to work on that. There's a lot I need to work on in general, but I believe I'm doing better with the microphone, with the volume, man. Sometimes I struggle. I need to learn how to speak so I don't end up like Walter, because I refuse to call that motherfucker Fresh Prince CEO my ass. Ain't shit fresh about that motherfucker. All right, so back on topic. So regarding opportunity, the reason why I was talking about opportunity is because in that very same live stream, Random said that he had felt late getting onto YouTube. And it's funny that he said that, because at one point I felt late jumping onto YouTube. The reality is I actually jumped onto YouTube when I was about 24, 25 years old. But before that, I was about 21, 22 years old, making fitness content for Instagram because I wanted to be in the fitfluencer space. But around the time I actually started putting out workout content, and the reality is I hated it. I still enjoy working out. I still work out to this day. It's just I hated recording myself work out, basically making a side hustle hobby out of something that's so important to me, working out. I do enjoy training others, but I still don't want to make a commodity, a business out of it. If a friend of mine wants to hit me up as in, can I help him or her work out, I will absolutely do that. However, making a business out of it takes away all the fun, all the enjoyment, all the real reason, all the human aspect of why I do it for myself as a person. But fast forward to now, when at one point I wanted to feel like I was late jumping into YouTube making videos. The reality is I'm actually where I need to be. And so is Random. And the reason why I say I'm where I need to be is because if I started making YouTube videos where I gave my opinion, where I speak on actual issues, where I just give myself out there, you would be seeing a completely different me at 25 than you do now. In all honesty, you would be seeing and hearing a me that absolutely agrees with Anton motherfucking Daniels. I don't mean to I don't mean to get all irate, but the reality is, way back when, I'm 30 now, that was 5 years ago, technically 6, because I was about 24 when I found him, I absolutely agreed with Anton, because at the time, he was promoting a message of personal accountability, Christian values, all that, getting rich, business, all that stuff. And I was too naive to realize he was full of shit, but I was still had my wherewithal to know that once he got on his single moms deserve to burn in hell, black people this, black folks that, you don't deserve your reparations. In fact, I hope they tax you just for breathing, which we, for the most part, kind of already are. But I digress. I eventually had the wherewithal to realize this is not someone to really be following. His holier than thou persona was forged in the ashes of being a fake Kevin Samuels follower, basically. And the me that I want to portray, the me that I shouldn't say portray, but the me that basically matured, the me that actually lived life, the me that actually interacted with people, the me that actually developed real experiences all the way from 24, 25 to 30. This is who I am, and why I actually look up to all of those guys I mentioned, the Watts, the Jews, the Watts TVs, the Jew Almighties, Ill Logics, Random University, LTTV, even Young Don Reacts. And guess what? Me and Young Don are right around the same age. I haven't met him. I don't know him. I just know that when I was in my early 20s, I found his YouTube animations, and what made me captivated by it was the fact that at the time, I was a guy in his late teens, early 20s, watching animations of another black guy in his late teens, early 20s, talking about moving from Jamaica to America, Florida specifically, because I was born in Virginia and I moved from Virginia to Florida. Him talking about his first job being McDonald's, my first job being McDonald's in Florida, and getting heavily involved in athletics and sports. And so, yeah, like I said, a lot of these guys I never met personally. I kind of look up to them because they basically have this pro-black space, this pro-black message, especially being Don of all people. And when I say that, I mean, at one point he found himself into the sunken place of red pill bullshit, and he dug himself out. And I was almost down there with him, except I wasn't posting videos. I wasn't posting content. It's just that I was so entrenched in my real life. I am doing so well for myself as a single man, but I know I could do better. Not in the sense that I mean do better to make more money and get a bunch of hoes like those fake alpha dudes. I mean better as in, at the end of the day, I've always wanted to be a father, a husband, and I know I still have more work to do because I fell for the bullshit. I fell for the fact that I had friends who basically told me when I was younger I was a turnoff to women because I wanted to get to the end goal of marriage with children in the beginning. And come to find out, that's not automatically a turnoff, but at the same time, what made me a turnoff essentially was I was very socially awkward. But though that's a topic for another video. Again, this is about opportunity and growing. And speaking of growing, I know if I had stuck with the wave of 2021, no one being able to go outside and all I did was sit inside, watch YouTube videos, I would have grown exponentially just for purely due to the fact that people just didn't have anything to do but sit at home and watch TV. And during that whole year, I was literally getting paid to hang out because I'm still in the National Guard. And at the time, I was at the border for a year. So there's that. But but on the topic of opportunity, this essentially is another one. A lot of people have a lot of stuff going on where people are overstressed, people are trying to find ways to enjoy themselves, people are just trying to, like I said, people are just trying to enjoy themselves, people are just trying to figure it out. And honestly, I'm really not going to push a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff right now. This is my opportunity to get better at making videos, get all the equipment I need, post whatever I need to post, get better at overall content creation. And when I grow, and when I get support, I get followers, and I push it out there. And as I become better at speaking to people. I become better at speaking to you. And when all of that comes together, who knows? Let's say it takes a year and everybody's actually able to send like crazy donations, and I'll be the next. I promise you, when everybody's able to send like crazy donations, and if I make crazy money off this YouTube stuff, as I said, then I'll hit the Penguin Zero and say, hey, I don't want you to donate to me like this. It's crazy. You guys are donating me $1,000. But this whole YouTube social media opportunity essentially is my way of trying to jump in on presenting the positive pro-black narrative, basically, because I'm just sick of media and BS just trying to spin everything to make it look like we all just a bunch of wild, ignorant niggas. But it only starts when enough people jump on board. That's all I have for you.